Hi, Dwayne Duggan, Remax of Boulder podcast. Jay Kalinski, thanks for being here today. Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
It's a pleasure.
Jay's the broker owner here at Remax of Boulder, and we really enjoy having him here. He gets to monitor everything that goes on at the place, and because of that, he gains a lot of insight both about the real estate market in general and what's happening down to the specifics. And our topic today is now is the time in 2016 for buyers in Boulder Valley, because it seems like there's a bit of a lull in the marketplace. So
It is. It's a little bit different than what we've been seeing in past years with a huge amount of competition, really low inventory, prices escalating exponentially, it feels like. This year, some of the interesting things we've seen is we took a little closer look at the numbers, particularly D.B. Wilson, who's our managing broker, and Mike Malik, who's one of our resident stats gurus. And really digging into it, if you just look year over year, it looks like houses appreciate pretty consistently. But what we did when we looked at a kind of month-to-month comparison is that most of our appreciation over the last 5 years has come in the first half of the year, at least first 6 to 7 months, and then we more or less even out for the rest of the year. So if you're a buyer, a reason this would be a good thing to know is if you're looking in the start of the year, you're probably going to be facing stiffer competition, multiple offers, prices will be going up as you wait and think about things. But in the fall, it seems like prices seem to stay the same, relatively speaking. So you have a little bit more time to consider your options. There are fewer buyers out there in the market. One of the really interesting things that Mike picked up on was our showings per available listing, meaning for each showing we have, how many people are going to see that. It tends to drop off in the latter half of the year, starting around now, because families are getting settled into school, things like that. So there's fewer buyers out there looking, and prices are more stable. So if you're a buyer, you have more of an opportunity to see more homes and maybe have less competition.
It's still pretty local though, right? Like a lower price range house in the city of Boulder, like in Martin Acres or something, is going to have more competition than the upper one. Is that still pretty much true in the second half of the year?
Absolutely, that's true. In Boulder, what we would consider the lower price range is probably anything under 400,000. There is very stiff competition, probably regardless of the time of year. And for you first-time home buyers, that means you. But as you go up, the months of inventory tends to increase, and that's how we kind of gauge, is this a seller's market or a buyer's market, with 6 months being the cutoff point, with more than 6 months being a buyer's market,
right,
and less being a seller's market. So right now, on average, we're less than 2 months of inventory, so that says seller's market, but we're actually seeing a little bit more inventory than we had in last year, especially in attached homes. And then homes are staying on the market a little bit longer before going under contract. So
okay.
I really wanted to come on and highlight to everybody, hey, if you're looking to buy, this is probably your best opportunity in Boulder County, especially if you're on the cusp of getting into the market. Coupled with the fact that interest rates are still as low as they're ever going to be in our lifetime, in all likelihood, I think
can't go much lower.
We're around 3.5% right now, and I think everybody predicts rates will be going up in the future, and if you look at it, our 10 or 15, 20-year average is much higher than it is right now. Right. So if you can get a 3.5% interest rate and get into a home in Boulder, now's the time to do it before homes start appreciating again.
It's kind of a lull before the storm, because when you look back to our years of graphs, it seems like July has always been the highest closing month.
Yep.
So that means all the activity happened as far as looking before that. So a little bit of a lull, because usually January usually picks up.
Yeah, it used to be in our market, it was March, April before the inventory, and our market really picked up. But now you're right, it's January, we're hitting the ground running. Right. So, and that's where we've been seeing the appreciation pick up again. So it's really now through the end of the year is probably your best shot.
Right. Jay, thanks for being here with us today. I appreciate it. If somebody wanted to get a hold of you, what's the best way to contact you?
Probably email jkalinski@remax.net.
All right, Jay, thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Dwayne Duggan, Remax of Boulder podcast, signing off.